All right. Good afternoon and welcome to Mindfulness Cafe, hosted by the Academy of Creative Coaching. I'm Lee Watts here today, your host, and we have a wonderful guest today. I'm so excited. I already told her, make sure I don't go off the rails and act like this is my own coaching session. But then we have Dr. Taunya Lowe, and she's a lot of things. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but today specifically we are going to talk about money mindset. And we know that a lot of our viewers are coaches and entrepreneurs, and money mindset can be a big deal in our lives already, but especially when you are an entrepreneur, when you're a leader in business. And we want to like deal with some of that. We get this question actually quite frequently from our coaches as they embark on their practices and their journeys of entrepreneurship. So, welcome, Dr. Taunya.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lee. I'm excited to talk about this topic today.
I am excited to have you. And just a little bit about Dr. Taunya. She is a coach with the Academy of Creative Coaching, as well as she has, I believe it's your own practice, the Resurgent Group of Metro Atlanta.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, and so you can find more about her at drtanyalowe.com. But she is a international consultant, facilitator, trainer, coach. She is an author. I think 3 books, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. And so she has over 20 years of strategy, training, development. She deals a lot with mindset, affirmation. So I'm just really excited to just first of all, be in your presence and learn a little bit more about money mindset. And if we get a chance, maybe even some affirmation stuff, because I think that's really critically important. I saw your eyes
It
light up.
is very important. We're going to get into all of that in the time that we have today.
Yes,
So,
yes,
uh,
yes.
and, and because I am a professor, I've prepared some visuals for our viewers
Thank
today.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We definitely appreciate that. So, as we have people watching and jumping on, feel free to put questions in the chat. And
Yeah.
I am going to actually at some point put a link in the chat for
There's
s-
always a quiz. There's
a
always
quiz.
a quiz.
Yes.
Yes.
So you'll be seeing that. So please, at the right time, I'll put it in. I want you guys clicking on it and not paying attention to what she's saying. And
Mm-mm.
so we're gonna listen to Dr. Taunya right now. So Dr. Taunya, please take it away and tell us a little bit more about money mindset.
Awesome, great. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I do this all the time, but I always am challenged when it comes to sharing this screen. It's like, is this our first time doing this, or
Considering you just did it 2 minutes ago too.
I know, right? I know. So can you see my screen now?
Oh, that's right. Let me add it to the stream. There
Okay.
we go. And yes, I can see it.
Awesome, awesome. So, good afternoon, everyone. Today, we're going to be talking about money mindset. We're going to do a money mindset makeover in a very short amount of time. So, we're going to move fast. How fast? Jimmy John fast. So, take notes. If you have to come back and watch the replay, do that, because I believe this is a very important topic, because as entrepreneurs, uh, as I am, we're oftentimes challenged
Mhm.
with our money. So we were talking before we started about mindset. So what is mindset? That's where I want to start, Lee. Kind of talking about what is mindset. Can I do that?
Yes, absolutely.
So mindset is it's a set of beliefs that we all have. Set of beliefs that we all have about how we do things. And sometimes we get stuck in that mindset. Money mindset is the same way, but it's how we think about money, how we spend money, how we get more money, and how we manage our debt. So in the time that we have today, we're going to talk about really how to do this mindset makeover. And so, Lee, we're going to start with, how we challenge our money beliefs. We're going to
All
start
right, let's hear it.
there.
Yep.
'Cause everything starts with how we think. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Everything starts with how we think. So, um, folks that are watching, I want you to put in the chat, and Lee, you kind of monitor the chat. You
Okay.
know, when you think about getting rich, what do these things say to you? It only happens to other people. It's immoral. The universe can supply enough for me. I can't wait to be rich. Rich is what other people get. I mean, like, what are your thoughts? You have to really kind of stop and think sometimes. What do you think about money? What are your belief systems around money? Do you feel like I never have enough? Um, I hear this a lot. It's for other people. Even my clients, Lee, who have businesses and they've got these large money goals, deep down there's something inside of them that says it's for other people. So for folks that are watching us today, if you believe that, then this is a great, if you believe any of these things that you've seen on the screen, this is a great time to address your having level. It's a great time to really think about what do I believe about money? We all want a lot of money, right, Lee? We all want more money. How can I get more
Exactly.
money? But it's
Exactly.
like, what is it that's stopping me from getting it? And oftentimes it's our mindset. Here's another one I hear. I feel like a fraud, so I don't charge what others charge for
Mm,
this type of service. Ooh, let me tell you, this one, I never felt like a fraud, but I oftentimes struggle with charging what my colleagues were charging, because I
mhm.
was, it was a mindset, and oftentimes it's put inside of us. If you raise your fees, you're gonna lose clients. If you don't work with people, and so we take that on, and as entrepreneurs, we struggle. If you're in an organization, you may not ask for a raise because I don't want to make waves, and we just do enough to get enough. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
so these are beliefs that we have to tackle. And they're oftentimes not your own beliefs.
Mhm.
They're not
Right.
even your beliefs. They're beliefs that come from your parents, your
Yes.
grandparents. Maybe I've heard people say, their money mindset changed when they were married to one partner, and then they, were with another partner who had a different money mindset. And so we have to take that time to step back and think about, which is something we don't oftentimes do. We have to take some time to step back and think about, how do I think about money? What
Yes.
money misbeliefs have I been perpetuating? And where do I need to make some adjustments? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Where do I need to adjust? And I oftentimes tell people, trust your own intuition. If it doesn't feel right, you know that everything you do to try to increase your having level, which is mindset. If
Mhm.
you want to charge more, but you keep running across some barriers and you sabotage the money that you can make, then you
Mhm.
really need to tackle your mindset. You really need to kind of spend some time digging deep and looking at, what is it that I believe, and what do I need to do to change it today? Because oftentimes these are deeply ingrained beliefs that we have, that we don't know we have until we're trying to do something big. And I know many people watching us today have big goals, big dreams, and they all want to do some big things.
So a quick question.
Go ahead.
I think one of the key things, the foundational thing probably is identifying it, right? And just
Yes.
really ask. Most people probably have not stopped to really think about how they think about money or feel about money,
Right.
because it can be in very subtle ways that kind of it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you typically get people? I know we have a quiz. Do you want me to go ahead and share that now?
No, not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. Because
But
I got
how do you how
two
do you
more
get
things.
people to start to think about really examine how they think about money? Like, are there key questions to ask or habits you need to watch?
So I definitely I'll give them the quiz if I'm doing this in a class, right? I'll
Right.
give them the quiz, or if I'm working with one of my coaching clients, I will give them the quiz, especially if we are working on setting our prices. And I'm like, that shouldn't be this. You need to raise that 30% more, and they start to like freak out. I'm like, you've got big goals. You're
Mm,
this huge visionary, but you're not going to get where you need to be charging $29 for a workshop.
yeah.
So we oftentimes will step back and examine some of these things. I have a client right now who does very well as a physician when she's creating another business, and the mindset, the struggle of, well, you already have enough over here, then basically just give it away over here. And it's like
Yeah.
you're not going to make any money like that. And it comes from her own it comes from her childhood. It comes from things that she heard growing up. Um money, not that the money is evil, but that if you have money, you're perceived a certain way. And I want folks listening to understand that money is a tool. We all
Right.
need it.
Right.
Um, we all need it, but it first starts with our belief system. And I use that quiz that people can take, at the end to really kind of examine where they are and where the stumbling blocks are in either their business or their personal life, so that
Right.
they can create a, a plan of action. Because Lee, we can change our money mindset.
Okay.
It can be changed,
I'm
and
trusting.
that's the next thing I want to share with you.
Okay.
So this, how do you change it? Many times we have to change it from rigid to flexible,
Right.
because we get caught up in this is how it has to be. I can't charge this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You're smart, you're educated, you've got your certifications, you've become a coach, you've grown in this company. Yes, you can get the money and the life that you deserve. So let's look at some things here. You asked me about affirmations.
And I want to make sure you're sharing the right slide because I don't see it has moved. So
Let's
we're
see.
still on the title slide.
Okay, I had.
I know you have two screens. You're fancy. So
I'm trying to be fair. What about now? What about now?
here, I'm going to remove and then I want you to reshare.
Okay, because I got my affirmations up.
Okay. Yeah, that's not up. Yeah. Nope.
Interesting. Okay, we'll stop. What about now?
I'm waiting for it to come into the stream.
Okay, I'll just keep talking.
Okay.
So, although you may not be able to see the screen right now. You've got to change your mindset from rigid to flexible.
Mhm.
And one of the ways that I do that, Lee, is through affirmations. I do it with myself and I do it with my clients. I'm
Mm,
really, really big on affirmations. Let me know if you want me to end it and reshare.
if you can try to reshare.
Okay. So I do this with affirmations, and my first one is attracting money is easy. I am a money magnet. Everybody type that in the chat. I'm a money
Mm,
magnet.
mm,
Because um when we say things like that, we slowly but surely start to believe it. Money is attracted to me. As a matter of fact,
got it over there.
get over here. So I have some on the screen, but I want to give a resource. There's a audio book called Dollars Want Me. Everyone needs to run out and get that. Dollars Want Me.
Okay.
And so we start with these affirmations. Actually, these are some of my favorite ones. They're
Did you say dollars want me or
Dollars Want Me. They're money affirmations, right? And so let's see if we can get these back on the screen.
Okay, I see it.
You see it now? Okay, great. So so start with natural money mindset affirmations. Here's some affirmations on the screen. But I'm going to run through some of the ones of my personal ones. I make money easily. I'm a money magnet. I'm grateful for my money. There's enough money for me and everyone else. I release all resistance around money. Y'all need to write that one down. Put that one in the chat. I release all my resistance around money. And that's when you sabotage. That's when you if you're working with a coach, or you're struggling with increasing your rates, or you are struggling with asking for that raise, there's some resistance around it. And what typically happens is you'll complain about not having enough, but you're not moving forward with trying to get more. So we want to release the resistance around it. I boldly conquer my money goals. I boldly conquer my money goals. I do not need a dollar. Dollars need me.
All right.
Dollars need me. I need to update my slides and put these in here because these are my absolute favorite. I am generous with my money. I am open to giving what is in the highest and best for all. So when we are reprogramming our subconscious, and we're going to talk about the subconscious in a little bit. When we're reprogramming our subconscious, we have to talk to ourselves.
Yeah.
We have to talk to ourselves, and we have to say these things. It may not feel natural if you're new to affirmations and subconscious talk and all of that. Start. The subconscious is a filing cabinet. And what happens is it's waiting to play one of those old tapes. And Lee, I think you said it. You may not know you have a mindset issue until you're in a particular situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so start reprogramming those VHSs. Start taking those VHSs out and reprogram with something else. So so this is how you go from rigid to flexible. And then the third thing is change your subconscious mindset. And there are 5 things you can do. And I don't have those on the slide, but there are 5 things you can do. Decide to move your goalposts. And what I mean by that is somewhere deep in your subconscious, you have several money goals or points, things that you want to do that involve money. Go ahead and decide to move it from where it is to where you want to go. We're getting off struggle street. Okay. We're getting off struggle street.
Right.
The second thing is free yourself from the programming, which we've already kind of talked about. Starting with the affirmations, maybe getting a money mindset coach. We offer a money mindset kind of do-it-yourself class, which is this turn all the way up. Work through those, get an accountability partner, and start taking the steps. The third thing is root out past financial failures, because many times when we have financial failures or we feel like we have we failed in our finances, we're afraid to make adjustments. We're afraid to make those adjustments. We're afraid to take the leap and do something else. We're afraid to invest. Okay. We're afraid to invest in something that we might need in our business or in our personal life. And so root out what those financial failures are. I'll share one of mine, if I may.
Okay. Yes.
Several years ago, probably maybe about 10 years ago, kind of midway when I started my business, I was booming, money was coming in, and then it stopped.
Oh, gosh.
And I remember sitting on the floor in my bedroom with an adult juice cup saying, what am I going to do now? With my notepad. Because you always got to keep a notepad around you, because you'll stay in that place, right? And I said, what am I going to do? What am I going to create? What did I learn from this situation?
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I decided to invest in not one, but two coaches after losing $36,000 in my program, in my business.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, usually for a small business, that's enough to send someone to be a greeter at Walmart.
Exactly. Exactly.
But I knew that some things had to change. I knew some systems had to be put in place. And I knew that I had to invest in myself and my business. Now, somebody's probably saying, oh my God, you lost this money. How did you spend more money? And I can't say that I had it to spend, but I knew that I had to get out of my head, right? I know,
Right.
when people are coming to work with you or they're
Yeah.
coming into the program, it's they struggle with, where's the money coming from? And you can
Right.
stay in that where's the money coming from place for years and absolutely do nothing because you're
Right.
afraid, because
Yeah.
you're allowing your money failures to keep you stuck. It's a form of self-sabotage.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
a form of
Absolutely.
self-sabotage.
And
And
people do
so,
that, I'm sure, all the time. Yeah.
yes. So
Yeah.
root it out. Think about what you learned from it. Don't say, well, this happened before. I was in this coaching program and let that go. Let it go. It's a form of self. What did you learn? That's the
Right.
thing. What did I learn from my money failures? Because that's how we learn when we fail forward. We fail
Yeah.
forward because there are lessons there. When my business was popping back in the early 2000s and the money was coming in, girl, I wasn't thinking about what lessons am I learning?
Right.
What I need to put in place, the money's coming in. And
Yeah.
so it was from that failure that taught me so many things, I see we have a question in the chat.
Gonna go ahead
And
and show
so let's see. I share my rate with a potential client, you're saying, and they ghosted me. But I know the nerve, right? How do you deal with it when a client is that rates? Whoa, that is a great, great, great
yes.
question. It happens all the time. And that's one of the
It's
main reasons
discouraging. It
why
can mess with your head a little bit
it,
and trigger
it
some financial blocks that we
and
may.
it'll send you backwards. It'll
Yeah.
send you backwards. And so your rate is your rate.
Yeah.
Your rate is your rate. And that just means that that client wasn't for you.
Right.
And that mindset, sometimes you're like, oh my God, you feel like you're like, oh my goodness, maybe it's too high. No, your rate is your rate. You have your brilliance. You
Yeah.
know what you can do for that client. You know what you bring to the table, and you know what outcomes you can get that client. And so your rate is your rate, and you have to stand on that.
Right.
When I finally felt comfortable with that, Lee, I was like, Lord, everybody's leaving. But guess what? When I
Oh,
stuck with my rates, I got a better quality of client. I
yes.
got clients who stayed for a long time. I got clients who appreciated what I was providing them. And
Right.
so your rate is your rate. When you go to Macy's or wherever people go to shop now, you
Right.
don't haggle.
Right. Right. Right.
When you go on Amazon, you click that button and you pay what they're selling it for. And
And
so
from a marketing standpoint, I would say that wasn't your client. That's not your client. You
that's
know what
not
I
your
mean?
client.
That's, they
That's
weren't
not
for
your client.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and be mindful that they will come back. I've had that happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
oh, I heard you were expensive. Well, that's relative, right? It's expense is relative.
Right.
But I've also had people who said no to my rate and then they came back. And then of course when you don't accept the rate and it's past the 7 days, then it's going to be higher when you come back.
Right.
So
That
that's a
was the
great
price then. The price today is
today is different and it's always different. I always put that in my proposals.
yeah.
Like you get this rate for the next 10 days. So I want to give you these last two points about how to change your subconscious. Use mind body techniques to shift old beliefs.
Hmm.
Mind body techniques. There are some very effective ways to use your physical methods to shift old belief patterns that are no longer serving you. I'm in this place right now looking at what no longer serves me. What closets do I need to clean out? What do I need to release as we're going into the fall? Where do I need to open up space, right? So if you haven't thought like that, if you don't think like that, because what we're talking about money today, but we're also talking about life things. When we change our mindset, we change our life. We
Mm-hmm.
change our life. And so techniques like tapping. Tapping is a good
Yes.
one.
Yes.
Emotional freedom techniques, EFT. Use gentle tapping on acupuncture points to help focus your mind on unblocking negative emotions. I'm a big crystal person, so I use crystals. Like, what crystals do I need today? I'm feeling like some negative energy is around me.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it takes to keep you moving toward your goal, whatever it takes to unlock the blocks that keep you playing small. And then the
Wow.
fifth one is rest your money goals. Once you cleared away the old beliefs, like clear them out, take them out with the trash pickup, you can set new ones, positive ones. Use those affirmations that I was reading off on the list from the get that book, money wants me, dollars wants me. Set new positive money goals. You will have the freedom to make positive choices, get better clients, ask for that raise if you're still working in a company instead of focusing on the difficulties and the challenges that come with paying your bills, trying to make ends meet. If I make more money, I'm going to lose friends. You'll get some better ones, trust me. Um, you can, moving from struggle street to wealth street.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
all starts with our mindset. It all
Yes.
starts with our mindset. So so that's what I got. Look at your belief system, tackle that, move from rigid to flexible, and then remove those old tapes, clean out the subconscious. Um the subconscious needs to be cleared out for many things. Many
Right.
things. And
Right.
whenever you want to do something new, those gremlins are going to pop in. And so get
Yes.
them out of the way. Get them out of
Yeah.
the way. It all starts with mindset.
I love it. I love it. Um, we still have a few more minutes. I want to ask you because I know I've read your bio and I've looked at some things that you've done. How did you know that you wanted to do some work and some focus around the money mindset piece? Because there's a lot of mindsets you could have focused on or do work around. But
Because
what?
I have my own.
Right.
I have my own. And so and coming, I come from a behavioral health background. And so I oftentimes utilize cognitive behavioral therapy techniques in my coaching practice around getting people to change. And so mindset, it was easy for me to utilize mindset in my practice. But as I worked on myself and I started saying, wait a minute, many of my clients have money mindset challenges, and
Right.
they all form around their rates. What do I charge? What do I
Yes.
charge? What do I
Yes.
charge? And if you
Yes.
tell them no, not 199, 997, they're like, oh, I'm like, wait a minute, you've got this great expertise, you've got these great journals you put together, you put all this, you got 15 books, you're an Amazon bestseller, and you want to charge $97? No,
Right. Yes.
increase your having level. And so when
Right.
I learned to really increase my having level and really know that I deserve I've invested in coaches and I've paid. And when I made that connection of, wait a minute, I do probably more than what I invested in.
Yeah.
I can charge what I know that I charge according to what I deliver.
Yes.
I
And
didn't.
it's like you have to believe in what you deliver. And I think
Yeah.
sometimes when we talk about blocks and challenges, maybe I'm not maybe, I'm sure self-worth is an issue, and
Mhm.
really believing what your worth is. And
It's scary. It's scary to raise your rates. It's
yeah,
scary to feel like no one is going to buy my product, right? Um, but you have to release that. And if
yeah,
it's just one person, that's one person. I remember I did a event. I had 3 people sign up. It was a virtual event before the pandemic, but those 3 people that signed up ended up bringing me 8 more clients that filled my program.
right,
So it's the quality, it's the mindset of, you know what, it's going to come. You have to believe in your skill set, your talent, your ability, and decide what type of clients you want.
right,
That's the
yeah.
big that was the biggest thing for me, deciding what type of clients I wanted. I no longer want these type of clients. These are the type of clients I want.
And then even for people who may be watching, well, 2 things. First of all, I know that we're going to have a special CCE, special course for you to teach on behalf of ACC for our coaches, because this is a conversation that comes up pretty much in every cohort.
Yeah.
But also for people who are not coaches that may be watching,
Yeah.
deciding what type of life you want. You may not have a coaching program, but when you
Yeah.
decide what kind of life you want, you will deal with these money mindset blocks and issues.
Yes. And money mindset is a component of your overall mindset. Let me say that.
Mm,
And
yeah,
so and I've even noticed it with some of our students, what is your mindset? And I often tell them you have to work on your mindset, because when you are sitting in front of you, and so
yeah,
what I mean by that is when you're sitting in front of you, you can't go and say, well, what page in the book is that on?
right,
Right? You
right.
need to be able to help them through that process. But if you're still stuck in your head and you haven't worked through it, then it's going to be a challenge. And so it's the overall money is just a component of that.
I love it. This has been amazing. So, are there other books, podcasts? Can I share the link yet?
Yes, 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 yes. Go ahead. So Leah's gonna put a link in the chat. It is a link for you to assess. It's an assessment to to find out what your money mindset is. Where are you? So, I always tell people, when you're taking, no, you're not going to get a grade. Be honest when you're answering the questions so that you can grow to your next level. And so, you may take that assessment and find out, ooh, I don't like what I saw. I need to do some stuff. Then, we can have a conversation around doing some stuff.
Right, right. Um, but are there other podcasts or books that you recommend as well? You probably have a ton,
Yeah,
so I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
wait a minute. Well, good old audiobooks here. I can just pull up my list, because there are. Because when we talk about mindset, we are talking about reprogramming our subconscious,
Mhm.
and that is daily work. And so I love, you're gonna make me put my glasses on. Oh, I love Joseph Murray's book, How to Attract Money. That's a
Mhm,
good one.
mhm.
And I get it on audio, and I listen to it at night. So Joseph Murray, he's a great mindset person. Um, Neville Goddard, Neville
Mm.
Goddard, if you're familiar with him, he does a lot of stuff around mindset in the subconscious. I love Tiffany the Budgetnista. I love her
Oh,
book,
yeah.
Get Good with Money.
I have that. I haven't
Once,
read it.
yes,
Yeah,
get the audiobook, because
true.
once you start getting, your affirmations and everything, then you want to get better with your money.
Mhm.
Let's see, The Millionaire Next Door actually is a good one. Um, there's so many, but those are some of the ones that I love, love, love listening to um, over and over again.
Yes. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And then, just as we have a few more minutes,
Okay.
I wanna ask, and I don't know the answer to this, so, you know, I don't know where this is gonna go.
Okay.
Um, when it comes to people of color and dealing with generational stuff around
Mhm,
money,
mhm,
do
mhm.
you see any common themes or trends or big money blocks that generally we need to deal with or help tackle, even as we're raising kids and things like that, just things that we've kind of taken on that
Mhm.
may not be true, and that we could as a community start to distill some of those myths and challenges.
Oh, absolutely. There's some big differences, and some of the things that I would say is start talking about money early,
Mm,
learning about money early, how to use money as a tool, how to use other people's money, um,
yes, heard about that. Never thought about it until recently,
how
but
to
yeah.
use other people's money. Um, really, and if you have children, be very careful about how you talk about money. Oh, we're struggling, money doesn't grow on trees, but the words that you say, because these things are planted, right? um make them earn money.
Mhm,
Make
mhm.
them earn money. um if you have money mindset uh challenges that have caused you to sabotage your business, or have caused you to not get some of the things that you deserve in your life. You have, as you make those changes, then go back and educate your circle around, these are some things that I had to do. So as we learn, as we get better, we have to share our knowledge. We can't
Yeah,
keep it to ourselves. We want to keep it to
yeah,
ourselves.
yeah.
Some of the things that I've heard from my clients, Lee, around money mindset, um, and you might have heard some of this. Whenever you want to do something bigger, better, amazing, there's always somebody that want to knock you off, right? And so it's like, well, they people won't support me. People are going to think that I've changed.
Yes.
Um, I don't want money to change me. All of these things, right? And so it's like, who said the money was going to change you?
Right, right.
They did. Well, who are they, right? And
Yeah,
so is that going to cause you to sabotage your career, your business, the things that you desire, because you're trying to play up to they? And you really have to. It goes back to, I think, what you said earlier about playing small, self worth. Your self worth. Where is your worth? Is your worth in other people, or is it within yourself? And
right.
really spending that time addressing that and dealing with that, and know that you are worthy, you are enough, you can have whatever you want, and it all starts here.
I love it. It all starts here. Thank you, thank you. This is exactly what I needed for I keep forgetting we have a whole audience out there, so I'm sure other people needed it too. But,
We
this
just let them listen in on our conversation, right?
right, right, right. But this has been amazing. I did put your link to your website in the chat, and I know that you have a lot of other resources. So if anyone wants to hear more about her, and again, she's one of our coaches as well. So if you join one of our upcoming weekend intensives or programs, you'll definitely most likely come across Dr. Tanya, and then we will be offering a special course from her very soon on these very issues. So you'll be hearing more about that. But again, thank you so much. This has been amazing. And I would say, I know this sounds dramatic, but it can be life changing. I mean, it is life changing
It is life changing.
for
It is
people
life
where this is a new conversation.
changing.
Replay this and listen to this, because you, like you said, you don't want those generational curses. You don't want to pass that down. You're you're on the brink of something big for your business, and it's just a change of mindset. And
Mhm.
so life changing work. So
Life changing. And we talk about that. I'm so excited about like sharing this with the ACC community, because there's so much more than what we talked about here today. I mean, I've got a whole course on it, but it is life changing. If
yeah,
you, yeah, it is absolutely life changing. And again, it doesn't just stop with the money.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and you have an amazing rest of your day, and safe and
Thank you for
dry and
having
all of
me.
those things. So, and I'm sure we'll be hearing more from you very soon.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you so much.
Thank you.